Hello and welcome to Wonder WhyZ. My name is Soham and thank you so much for joining in. In this video, we are going to talk about Boruto episode 207. And before that, I'm really sorry I was not able to make the reaction video today. It was just thundering and raining outside my home, so I was just not able to do the live stream. Hence, I'm making this video in the format of a short video. But before that, if you're new here, then please consider subscribing to our channel since I do weekly anime and manga related content along with a bunch of other stuff. With that being said, let's begin the video. Now, this episode essentially focuses on the teamwork of the new Team 7, including Kawaki into the mix. Konohamaru is basically forgotten at this point because this team has a much better coordination. They definitely believe their new team leader and they also follow her orders, and that is pretty evident here because they are doing certain formation attacks, which is really good to see. There's a lot of formation attacks actually here, one after the other. The one which I especially chuckled a lot was when Boruto stepped upon Kawaki in order to take down Boro and just basically attack Boro. So the basic modus operandi of this episode was to take down Boro because it was very difficult to get rid of his regenerative powers. And that's when Kawaki actually devises a plan using Sarada into the mix because he actually has certain information about the background or the behind the scenes knowledge about the Kara organization. Obviously this involves none other than the character of Amado. If I'm not wrong, this is the first in-universe name drop for the character of Amado, especially in front of the newer generation. Sure, we have seen the character behind the scenes in Kara organization, but I think Boruto, Sarada and the others are listening about the name of Amado for the very first time. I might be wrong here, so please correct me in the comment section if you feel like I'm wrong about this. But anyway, he tells to Sarada that Amado has basically fitted every single member of the Kara organization with certain scientific ninja tools for their betterment, for their advancement, but it obviously comes at a cost. And in the case of Boro, it is a regenerative core, a pretty big regenerative core inside his body, which has been helping him all this time in order to regenerate his body even after his head, torso or legs are just broken or blown off to bits. So the task of Sarada here is essentially to find that particular core while Boruto, Mitsuki and Kawaki are trying to fend off against Boro and they are trying to pinpoint the location of this regenerative core. That is the basic modus operandi of this episode, and it also shows certain very good aspects as well. The teamwork aspect and the newer jutsus that were used here. I mean, they are not technically new jutsus, but the utilization of those jutsus and non-spamming of Rasengan was pretty good here. And at the same time, towards the middle half of this episode, we actually get to see a vanishing Rasengan. I have not seen anyone actually talk about this, but I am going to talk about this in just a bit because that is relevant to the part of Sarada as well. But even before that, the four of them, that is Mitsuki, Boruto, Sarada and Kawaki, they are all trying to surround Boro and basically trying to save Naruto, who is still sealed in that particular, vessel. At the same time, we get to see certain very interesting stuff going on between them because they are literally playing a game of, no, I'm going to save the Hokage, no, I'm going to save my dad, no, I'm going to save Naruto. So yeah, and in the mix of all of that, there's Mitsuki who is saying to Boruto that, no, I'm going to save you. I mean, that's just Mitsuki, the guy we love, of course. But anyway, there are more shenanigans with Boro blowing up everything because he's mixing explosive stuff with his viruses as well, which is causing explosions here and then. But finally, after all of this, after they have almost depleted all of their chakra, it is the task of Sarada, who has finally pinpointed the location of this particular regenerative core, but she cannot really tell or signal to Kawaki and Boruto because Boro will be able to understand it and he's going to shift that core immediately because all this while he has been using these hand signs to shift his regenerative core inside his body. It was not for any specific outward jutsu, but rather it was for his body inside. And therefore she decides to use the jutsu, which is basically the legacy of her father, and not just her father but the legacy of the 6th Hokage as well, that is the Chidori. And here this was very beautifully handled. This was absolutely amazing. For me personally, I know this might be a little controversial opinion, I did not really like the animation of this episode that much. It was just fine. It was not out of the box or it was not extraordinary or anything, but there were just certain parts of this episode which were just really beautiful, and that one bit was definitely the Chidori part. This was very well executed, and while she's trying to do the Chidori, Boruto distracts Boro using some smoke bombs and even a vanishing Rasengan into the mix. And after all of this, Sarada just zooms past everyone and she pierces the body of Boro using the Chidori, and now she has collected the regenerative core. She destroys this and apparently everything is over. They have now brought back Naruto from the vessel after connecting or resonating their karma. Obviously Naruto is unconscious at this very moment, so they are trying to head back to Konoha, but at that very moment Boro has literally become like a Chulu monster. He's looking like Ursula from The Little Mermaid. He's just attacking everyone left and right, from Mitsuki to Boruto and even Kawaki. And at the very last moment, he's also choking Sarada. But Boruto uses his last bit of chakra to attack Boro. But even he's brought down by Boro and he's getting an absolute beating by Boro. But just then, he just vanishes out of nowhere. And in the sky, we can see a hovering figure. It's Boruto. It's obviously Boruto, but he's looking different. He's having a sort of a horn and he's having this sort of a blue aura around him. What the hell is this? Obviously, anime only fans are going to have a field trip next week. I'm not going to give any major spoilers here, but this form is called Borushiki. Momoshiki has invaded. Momoshiki has taken over the consciousness of Boruto at this particular moment. No manga spoilers, but this form, we have been waiting for this. And this is really, really good. Sure, the aura looks a little too much for me personally, but maybe I'm going to get accustomed to this, so I'm not going to complain about it because this looks actually legit good. I'm not saying that it's out of the park, but it's just good. For me personally, the best aspect of this episode unfortunately was the Sarada bit, but that comes with a twist, or that comes with an asterisk, because the entire transformation, or rather the entire scene of the Chidori, lacked one particular aspect, which I'm not a really huge fan of, and that is the lacking of the 3 Tomoe Sharingan. In the manga, at least for this particular part, Sarada unlocked the 3 Tomoe Sharingan, which helped her to actually do the Chidori. And this was a really shocking moment for all the manga readers because number one, we didn't really knew that she actually had the Chidori training, that she had gained the Chidori training from her father. The anime sort of expanded this a bit using the Chidori training arc, but we were all expecting to see how exactly is she going to unlock the 3 Tomoe Sharingan because it was a pretty big deal. It was definitely a pretty big deal back in the days of Naruto. So we were just expecting that what exactly happened, how did she manage to, unlock the 3 Tomoe Sharingan, and even in the anime we had not seen it up until this moment. So we all thought that maybe the Boro fight is going to get a little expanded and maybe there are some additional scenes where Boruto is getting hurt a lot and she unlocks the 3 Tomoe Sharingan because of that, but apparently no, she just uses the Chidori using a 2 Tomoe Sharingan, which honestly I'm not really a huge fan of. If anything, this is my only quote-unquote complaint for this episode. I'm not saying that it ruins the episode, but these are certain decisions of the anime which I don't really like that much. It seems like she's going to unlock this in some future anime canon episodes. I'm going to talk about this particular bit in a separate video, so stay tuned for that and subscribe to the channel for more as well. But anyway, this is everything that happened in Boruto anime episode 207. Borushiki form has finally appeared and next week is going to be pretty good. And I'm just excited. I'm overall very excited about the things. This episode really focused a lot on the teamwork aspect as well, so that is also pretty good. So these were all my quick thoughts in relation to Boruto anime episode 207. What do you guys think about all of these things? Please do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. So that's it for today guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends and subscribe to the channel for more. Also please join the channel membership for some very cool perks and features. And also if you're a fan of anime, I would highly recommend you to join our Discord server as well as the Naruto fandom Discord server. Links to both of them are in the description below. With that being said guys, this is Wonder WhyZ and thank you so much for joining in, and I'm going to see you all in the next video.